forth on our southerly line. Farewell, chilly Jobber Groats, past Duncanby onto the A9. Under our belt, our first few miles, our way we swiftly pick. Keith's Castle promptly passes. We're on our way to Wick. There's not a soul about in White Grove. The mist hovers over Hemprick's Lock. We're heading for Leicester ahead of time, 30 miles down on the clock. Lobsters are unloaded at Helmsdale, alongside the netted fish. It's only a few miles to Brora and hastily through Clynelish. On through Dornoch and Golspie, of Duke of Sutherland fame, dash through Poles and Alness, and hurtle through to Tame. The oil rigs out to sea at Cromarty stand motionless in the surf, but on we go, no time to rest, towards the Moray Firth. 165 miles we have done so far, at a guess, as we pave our way southwards and into Inverness. The capital of the Highlands, Loch Ness shimmering nearby. No time to look for Nessie, so we wave a quick bye-bye. Loch Alvey, Loch Inch flash past us, not a soul concerned by our haste. Our Land Rover speeds through the Highlands, not a moment can we waste. It gets colder as we journey south. We wrap ourselves in our coats, but we've bagged a couple of 100 miles since we left old John O'Groats. A swiftly taken glance at the map through Newton Moor to Loch Garry. Glimpse Blair Athol, home of the Dukes, shan't call in, come tarry. The mountains rush past us, Aberdeen Angus not bothered by our rush. Our Land Rover heads through the Highlands as the lingering snow becomes slush. We traverse from Pitlochry to Kindarachan, the Scottish lowlands now beckon, on to Dunkeld and the Loch of Lowes, and it's Perth by 10 we reckon. Then Stirling Castle comes into view, high above the town, keeping its history within its walls and the spectres of the kings of renown. Robert the Bruce looks down from his horse on the edge of Bannockburn as we leave our familiar trusty A9 and onto the M80 now turn. Majestic scenery we have experienced, to the Highlands farewell we say, and we now make our way for Glasgow on the concrete motorway. Glasgow, home to ships that have sailed to every nation, home to scholars, architects, and Burrell's fine collection. And onwards on to Bothwell, where Livingston lived of late, to Larkhall, Kirkmuirhead, Navington, and then to Moffat, Bar Coates Gate. 380 miles up to now is something of the order, through Beaton, Lochegate, and onwards, and down towards the border. Celebrated Gretna, where elopers got wed, no sanction from their next of kin. Nowadays they don't bother to tie the knot, they just simply live in sin. Our map reader gives us the warning of a sign we will shortly pass, welcoming us to England, but we miss it when driving too fast. Mary, Queen of Scots, was imprisoned in Carlisle. The story's neither legend nor myth, but no time to muse of past events as we dash for the town of Penrith. Here the celebration is called for as we approach the noon of the day, for we have bagged 437 miles. We are now exactly halfway. To our right, loom the Lakeland Fells, Helvellyn, Scafell and Gable, Ullswater, Buttermere and Crummock, each have their own special fable. Nobody touches anything as we dash through Penrith, down the thick Larkhall, and we hope to find new seas. Glasgow, Preston and Leyland, with Blackpool's distant scent. No stopping our intrepid travellers, as mile upon mile we went. Continuing on the M6 southwards, no time to lose we fear, past those peculiar motorway signs that lead to Wigan Pier. On our left looms Manchester's cityscape. As we climb the crest of the road, it crosses the huge great ship canals that help the city grow. Now more famous for football and music and the industry's long since gone. Manchester's fame continues, but sung to a Gallagher's song. Onwards near to friendly Stoke, the one that sits by Trent, as we narrowly miss a pigeon that could have caused a dent. Through the potteries to Stafford, Penkridge, Walsall and West Brom, just a stone's throw from Stockholm, where our landowner once came from. Spaghetti Junction is upon us, motorways all converge. What a dreadful pile of concrete, the M6 and 5 now merge. Soon Worcester Cathedral lies majestic, past the motorway exit with no fuss, as we think fondly of Edward Elgar and his dream of Gerontius. Over the Gloucester border, reaching Tewkesbury in excellent time, our route veers us to the right, now in a southwesterly line, past the racecourse at Cheltenham, Gloucester's fine cathedral spire, past Berkeley, where Edward II was put to death by traitors who did conspire. No time for cider with Rosie, although the thought appeals. We travel on through sandstone lands, with time upon our heels. We negotiate the Malvern Hills, the Cotswolds are now behind. Onto the Almondsbury interchange, and the southwest exit we find. Glorious Bristol is soon reached, its history too large to define, of Isambard, Kingdom Brunel, and the Great West Paddington line. Past Filton, home of Concord, the road takes us past Brent Knoll, and on over the field of Sedgemoor, with Taunton our next goal. Well into Somerset, dear Somerset, where the Parrett and Brue do flow, and it's across the levels to Taunton, 715 miles or so. Past Blackdown Hills with monument of Wellington atop, we cross the Devon border with Exeter, our last field stop. Now on to Oakhampton, that sleepy town, to savour the delights of Devon, with its gentle slopes and rolling hills, its nature's slice of land. Dartmoor stretches to our south with ponies, gorse and tor. Now just one county left to go to reach the furthest shore. Lordston next, and soon behold Bodmin's famous moor, Jamaica Inn and highwaymen that abound in old folklore. We rattle down the Kerner roads with pasties on our minds. It's ages since we stopped through so many miles behind. Passing Red Roof on the final leg, our journey's end in sight, old mines dotting the hillside, a haunting, eerie sight. Our journey is almost complete. We're into our final part. 16 hours and a sackful of miles since we made our start. A clear road we have, and it's into Penzance, and at Senan we turn the bend. 874 miles we've done, and now we've reached Land's End.